I don't know how much I should say. Well, we'll just leave it to the basics that I was diagnosed with diabetes.
Okay.
Right? So, yeah, that was pretty crazy. I had inklings that I was probably diabetic, you know?
Uh-huh. And why, though? Why? Why do you think there was inklings?
Well, you know, one of my friends is diabetic, and he had tested my blood sugar probably about a year ago.
Okay.
And I had only had coffee that morning, and it was 200. So
okay,
that's high.
What do you put in your coffee?
Creamer.
Any sugar?
Well, it's sugar creamer.
It's sugar creamer. Okay.
I get
sugar milk.
Chobani. We all know if you listen to Clopin.
Yep.
I love Chobani creamer. So it'll probably be the death of me.
Okay. And then what did I send you? I'm like, oh, I use this stuff sugar free. Like, that's so bad for you.
Yeah, because you showed me the sugar-free Harry Potter butter beer, and I was just like,
no.
My biggest goal right now is try to get away from processed foods, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you call simple. I'm learning so much. That's what you call simple carbohydrates, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also with sugar-free, you have to read labels.
Yeah.
Like, you really don't want a sugar-free something with a ton of ingredients in it.
Yeah.
So since I've been starting this, which, it's only been a week.
Yep.
I have thought a lot about a guy I saw on TikTok, because we know I love TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And he tries to do 100 or less ingredients a day.
Okay.
Okay. So if you think about making a salad, you could easily put 10 ingredients in there, right? So look at your labels. You could also easily have some peanut butter and jelly on bread.
And that could be how many?
That could be 75 ingredients.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not using all natural and all that organic.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So,
I never even thought of that.
Yeah. So look at the ingredients in a loaf of bread. That it probably has 40 ingredients in it.
Right.
So yeah. So I've been thinking a lot about that and just trying to focus on eating whole foods and be better. My sister kept saying, like, I feel like this is how you eat already. And I did.
Just gotta tweak it a little bit.
Always for dinner.
Okay.
We would usually have like a protein and a vegetable for dinner only.
Yeah.
Rarely potatoes. If we did mashed potatoes, whatever. But it's my snacking.
Yeah.
That's my issue. So
I know you're not used to being interviewed, so let's go back 8 days, 9 days.
Okay.
And let's go back to last week, and I know you don't want to talk too much about it because it's all still new.
Yeah.
But I said, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
So without too much information,
well,
how did you know it was time to kind of go, I think something's wrong?
Okay, so I was very dizzy.
Okay.
And I'll tell the whole story.
Okay,
so
okay.
I woke up Sunday morning dizzy, but I had drinks the night before, and I thought, oh, I'm just hungover.
Yeah.
And I laid around all day Sunday. And Monday morning, I got up to get ready for work, and I was like, I can't even focus on anything. I'm like unstable. I'm very dizzy, like the room is spinning, right?
Oh, man.
So I woke up my husband, and I said, I think I need to go to the ER. So I went in for that. So
you just went in, I'm sorry to interrupt you. So you just went in for the dizziness, or you thought maybe something else was going on?
I didn't
just
know.
The dizziness?
It was just the dizziness at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have any.
But you just knew something's wrong.
I couldn't. There was no way I could drive.
Yeah. Okay.
You know.
Okay.
There's no way I could get behind a wheel and drive right now. Like I was like, I don't want to say I was stumbling through the house, but I was very unstable walking through the house.
Something was definitely wrong.
Yes, having to hold on to the walls to like get down the hallway. So I went to the ER. And, you know, of course, immediately they think stroke, right?
Oh,
so that's the first thing they do.
Yeah.
They kind of just whisk you back and take you back and start testing you for that. You know, thankfully that all came back negative, and I'm in a room and a ER doctor comes in. Very nice woman. I need to look at my chart and see what her name was. She was very nice.
Good.
But she, you know, starts checking me out, everything, and then looking in my ears and, you know, do you have anything going on? I said, well, I was sick like 2 weeks ago. And she kind of, oh, okay. And then she said, you know, how's the rest of your health? Any diabetes or heart issues? I said, well, you know, I'm kind of suspicious that maybe I have diabetes. And she like stopped and looked at me like, what do you mean? You know,
well,
and
right,
I was like, and so they had already drawn blood, right? So she gets on the computer and she's like, yeah, your blood sugar is like 388 right now.
And what would be normal for someone that doesn't know?
I'd say between 70 and 80.
Okay.
And I'm at a 388.
Okay.
With
and
no
this
food.
is no food. Okay.
No food.
This is a Monday morning.
Yep.
You weren't feeling good Sunday, woke up Monday morning, dizzy, and now here we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so she was like, listen, I'm going to admit you because normally this would be, we're going to discharge you, go follow up with your PCP. And she's like, you don't have one of those right now. Right. So we need to admit you and like get your blood sugar under control right now. So I was like, oh, okay.
Kind of an emergency thing?
Yeah.
A little bit? Okay.
Yeah, that's emergency numbers. Okay. You know, that's like And
that was her being protective, like, she wanted to make sure you were taken care of.
I kind of feel like she was like, they're going to think I'm crazy, but I'm admitting you. Like, you need help right now.
Okay.
And like, you need education on this right now. And bad on me because my mom is type 2. So I do have some education on it, you know, but I was not following good.
You don't have personal
rules.
experience, right? Just from mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so from there, I went up to a room, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They got my diabetes under control, right, at the moment. But we still haven't really looked at the dizziness.
Really?
So a physical therapist did come in and she asked me, you know, what's going on, this and that. Well, they already had physical therapist and speech therapist like on deck because they thought maybe I had a stroke, right?
Oh.
So they wanted somebody to come in and check that out. So she came in and she goes, I saw you came in with dizziness, you know, this and that. And she asked me a couple questions about it. Like, was the room spinning? You know, how do you feel when you lay down? And I'm like, it's worse. I feel like my eyes are bouncing, right? Like if I would lay down and stare at the wall, it's like the wall is moving up, up, up. So my eyes are like trying to follow it, right? And so she goes, oh, well, this and that. Have you tried the Epley maneuver? And actually I had before I went to the hospital.
Okay.
I had tried the Epley maneuver because I'm like, Googled, like, why am I dizzy? You know?
Okay.
And it's like maybe your inner ear crystals are kind of out of whack where they're not supposed to be. It can definitely happen when you get sick and like, you know, your ears, nose, and throat are all connected. So it's like you get clogged up, your ear crystals move. I'm a side sleeper, more common. Also, I'm diabetic, more common. So she did the Epley maneuver with me and stuff. And that was cool because I found out I was doing it correctly at home.
Oh,
I do it 3 times a day now because I'm still not over the dizziness. It's gotten a lot better, but we're going to see how it goes. Hopefully it doesn't progress anymore.
So I never heard of ear crystals, like maybe one other time, but many, many years ago. And when you mention it, I kind of looked it up, but I'm interested to hear from you on it. So I didn't do too much Googling.
Yeah.
The only thing I can picture are like diamonds floating.
Yes.
And you have to get them back into like their points.
Their points.
Is that what it is? That kind of how it like, how would you visualize that?
Okay. So if you think about it, going straight into your ear, you hit your eardrum, right? Right there's your eardrum. Well, how the doctor explained it to me is after that, it's kind of a labyrinth, right? You have these twisty tubes that go and they connect to your sinuses, they connect to your throat, they connect to your brain, all that. You have a level in your head and think of it as a 2 level, right? Each side has its own bubble on the level that needs to stay level. That's what your ear crystals do, is they sit in place. They keep your brain understanding what is straight ahead, what is around you, what is level.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So when they move out, you have to do, and if you guys want to look at Epley maneuver, it's pretty cool. You know, it's basically laying down with your head turned. You sit like that until the bouncing stops and then sit like that for another minute. You turn your head the other way. You kind of turn over to your shoulder and then you get up, right? So what it's doing essentially is trying to move those crystals because they're in liquid. So it's not like they're just bouncing around. Like my husband said, I got rocks in my head.
Yeah,
you know?
right. Jeez.
He's like, what's wrong with the rocks in your head?
Aww.
So you have to take it slow. It's a slow movement. It's moving through liquid. Think of those we had batons growing up that were clear and they had liquid with like glitter in them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you turn it took a while for all that glitter to fall down, right?
Yeah.
So that's what it's like. Yeah.
Interesting. Now, can you feel any movement?
So a lot of times when people do it, they'll feel a whoosh or they'll hear a whoosh, and that's generally the liquid moving and the crystals moving. I have not felt that.
Which is why you might still be dizzy?
I feel like my ear is still clogged up from being sick. So we're working on it.
So 3 times a day you have to do this.
I do it 3 times a day.
Is that what they call it? Okay.
I actually, I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying this. The physical therapist told me to do it once a day. I Googled how is it safe to do it more than once a day, and they said 3 times a day, like morning, noon, and night. It's the best to do it at night because then you're going to settle after that and lay down.
Oh, okay.
So I do it like right before I go to bed, and then I've been like propping the bed up. I am not a back sleeper. I am a side sleeper, and that's part of the problem. And so my bed, luckily, is, it lifts up. And so I can prop it up and just kind of like cough in like,
okay.
But I don't sleep very well doing that.
Which isn't helping this whole thing anyways.
Right.
So it's been like 8-9 days of dizziness.
Yes.
So hopefully we're getting to the end here, right? You said the mornings are the worst.
Yes. Yeah. So throughout the day, it gets better. I feel like physical activity is good, right? But then I feel at the same time, like, am I just learning to live with this?
Oh, yeah.
That's what
terrible.
scares me.
Yeah.
And they say once you get it, you're more prone to getting it. So it's like, is this just something that I'm just going to have to live with, I've heard some people say they went to 1 session and it was gone. And I've heard other people say it's taken 2 months. So... there is no in between. Like I do not know what to expect with this.
Do you have another physical therapy?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's once a week then you go?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then I have home exercises.
Okay.
Which I could show you because I feel like we all need to do them. They're neck exercises because we all hold a lot of tension in our neck and shoulders. And these are very good, just like side to side, down and up, stuff like that. Because we're on those damn phones all the time, right? I know I'm always looking down. If I'm on my phone, I'm usually looking down at it. I don't hold it at my eye level.
Right.
Right. We do what's comfortable.
To keep a straight neck.
Right. And then I've been going to so many doctor's appointments with my diabetes, and I notice all these doctors sit up so straight, and I'm just like, ugh.
And their screens are up on the wall.
Yes.
Like as they're typing, they're looking up. They're not looking down.
No. Yeah. It's wild.
So let's go back to the diabetes.
Yeah.
Or what do you call it? Beatus?
My beatus. I got the beatus.
Do you think you would be taking care of it right now if the dizziness didn't show up last weekend?
Nope.
So maybe your body was saying, let's go figure all of this out.
Yeah.
It was a sign, huh?
Yeah.
A blessing or a curse? What
Both.
do you think? I keep telling you every time we get on the phone or when I saw you, I'm so proud of you because you were just like, well, this is what we're doing.
Yep.
It was like, now or whatever. Yeah.
It's now or never.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's no choice. I have to get it under control. I can't continue to live this way, Yeah. And so I have to tell the story when I was in the ER and the doctor comes in and he goes, well, we're going to test for type 1. And I looked at him and I said, if this isn't the body of type 2, I don't know what is, You
put your hands on your shoulder, on
my hips, really my gut, And we all know, right? We all know we should be taking better care of ourselves. And do we do it? No. I'm in my 40s now. So like, do I want to live to be 80? Probably. I joke and say I don't, but that's because I probably had a fear. What am I going to look like when I'm 80?
Sure.
Now I'm like, I could make it to 80. I could do this, And another thing is it's not something that you get and it goes away. Even if my A1C is good and my blood sugar is good, I still have diabetes, So it's life changing, And either you're going to choose to take care of yourself or not. So I feel like I don't have a choice. I have to take care of myself.
Well, you're choosing to take care of yourself is what you're doing. I know there's quite a few people that don't. Yeah. Either they don't have the means or they just don't have the, it's a lot of energy. I don't know, the support. Right. So it sounds like you have great support. Your sister's been with you. Johnny's been driving you crazy. Everyone
driving me crazy and driving me around.
Driving you around because you're dizzy. Husbands. But yeah, Jenny's been there to take all the notes, and you've had a lot of visitors, and people are just making sure you're good. And I mean, that's amazing. Yeah. That's got to keep you motivated.
It absolutely does. Yeah. Good. And then, like I mentioned, my mom is type 2. So it's like I can reach out to her and say, this is going on. She keeps asking me, well, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? And I said, I don't know because I'm dizzy. Right. That's probably the worst thing about this is that I'm freaking dizzy all the time. So I can't tell, like, when my blood sugar is sitting at a normal level, am I dizzy because, air quotes, I'm low because I'm used to walking around with a 400? Or is it just my vertigo right now? So, but she said, like, what about bloating? And I said, you know what?
About
Mom?
what?
Bloating.
Oh, bloating.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Jenny would, my sister would always like, oh, I'm so bloated. And I've never recognized that as a feeling or anything. So I can't, but I guess this morning when I got dressed, I do feel like my stomach has gone down a little, so maybe I was bloated constantly and I was so used to it that I didn't even recognize that as anything, so it's been crazy. So I went to the doctor, I got a PCP, right? And I went to her and I weighed myself. And then today I went to the doctor, I weighed myself and I lost 2 pounds. And I'm like, this is good. Like this is working.
Wow.
So I feel like if I can keep doing that, that's going to give me the motivation I need to stick with it.
So besides the dizziness, your body doesn't feel like it's in shock besides what you're saying with your waist, like feeling smaller, but you don't feel anything different yet. Yeah.
Which is so crazy to me. I thought, oh, I'm going to be tired all the time. And and honestly, I've been home, right? So this has been very easy for me. I also want to say because I've been home.
Yeah.
My vertigo is keeping me from going to work right now. And I'm hoping that changes very soon. But to be home, prepare fresh meals, meal plan. Like I've been doing a lot of soup with just a crap ton of veggies and then protein in it, It's been very easy for me to stick to this. Yeah. Now, when I go back to work and I'm in a grocery store and it's punchki season and they're staring at me, that will be the test. Am I able to not go back into old eating habits?
Yeah.
Because that's my biggest thing is I will buy donuts and put them in my car and eat them all week. Plus eat out for lunch, maybe go to Burger King because I didn't pack anything this morning. My days for work are going to look very different. And right now I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I said at least summer's coming. It's salad season, right? So I'm like so excited about that. I'm going to get sick of salads. I just know it.
Yeah.
But if I can continue to do this on a regular basis, there's nothing stopping me from treating myself.
Yep.
And maybe we went out to lunch for my mom's birthday. I got a cheeseburger, no bun, just ate it with a knife and fork, stuff like that. And then they had, instead of fries, you could get soup. I got some soup with it, Yeah. So just things like that,
Small changes, right? That make a big difference.
Yeah. Food is my life, right? Like I am a food person. I love cooking. I love eating. So this is just going to be a huge change. And of course, my algorithm has totally changed because I've been searching
on
diabetic
TikTok,
meals,
stuff.
carb-friendly meals, So, but my doctor today, I went and saw, was very happy with my charting. I've been writing everything down, what I eat, when I take my medicine, all this stuff. And so she was like, you're doing great. Keep it up. So that was good to hear too. Because I kind of thought they were going to yell at me for not eating enough carbs, because one very important thing of this is that I'm on insulin. That's a huge difference from other people who find out they're diabetic. A lot of times they go on metformin, which is a pill.
Oh, okay.
And I had to be put on insulin because my A1C was 13.3, which it should be under 5.7.
Okay.
At 5.7, I believe you're considered pre-diabetic, and anything like over that is diabetic. Like 6.2 is diabetic.
And A1C is more like a 90-day?
Correct.
In other words, you've been over both amounts? Like your 38 or whatever it was, and your 13, you've been like that for at least 3 months or a long time. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So what I learned about A1C, it's kind of cool. So every 120 days, your red blood cells renew.
Oh.
And they hold on to like your sugar consumption, right?
Wow.
So I have the Dexcom meter I just got today, so I learned a lot about that too.
Mm-hmm.
And that it doesn't read.
So you're pointing to your arm. Is it on your? It's on your arm.
It's on my arm.
It's the round. I've seen people before with it, a little sticker. Okay.
Yes.
And that's measuring your glucose.
Correct. So the difference between that and poking your finger, like poking your finger is more accurate because it reads your blood sugar, right?
Oh.
This reads the fluid between your cells to see how much sugar is in there.
Oh.
Because it like sheds the sugar throughout your liquid in your body.
So which is more accurate or about both the same?
The finger prick is more accurate.
Okay.
This is still, because I tested it when I got home, and it was about 40 points off.
Low or high?
Lower.
Okay.
Than what I actually
was. Look at your finger then.
Yes.
Oh.
Which is good. I have an app on my phone, and I can put my finger pricks in there to make sure. There is about a 20 point plus minus of this to a finger prick.
Of the, what is this called again?
The Dexcom.
Dexcom.
Yeah.
To a fingerprint. So it
prick.
is allowed.
It is allowed.
But yours was a little bit off.
It was, yeah.
Okay.
But
it's got to get used to you or
it's
something?
It's brand new, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's got to get used to me. So I figure give it 24 hours and see if that reading goes more into range with my finger prick. If not, then you have to contact them and say it's reading way out of range. They'll send you a new one.
Okay.
So, and they're pretty easy to put on.
How long does it last on your arm?
So this one is a 10-day. They prescribed me a 15-day. So I'll change it every 15 days.
And then when you first came in, you were showing me it.
Yeah.
And you said something about a filament?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Okay, so when you put it on, a needle pokes you. And I thought the needle stayed in there. And she was like, no, it just leaves a filament, right? So if you think of like just a plastic tube.
Okay.
Stays in there. And I'm guessing it draws the liquid up into it.
Okay.
From your arm. So yeah, I should have brought my booklet.
So how do you get the filament out then?
It pulls off. It pulls off and it pulls out. It's very thin.
Oh,
very
so you
thin.
do have something in your skin right
there.
now,
yes.
but it's not a needle.
Right.
It's a movable.
Right. So when you get an IV,
okay.
Everybody thinks, oh my God, I can't bend my arm because there's a needle in there. There is not a needle in there. It's a filament.
Yes.
Right. It's a little plastic tube.
Yes. We were talking about that last Monday when we were at the hospital.
Yeah.
Because I was talking about how I always keep my arm straight.
You don't want to bend it. That need's going to tear something
up in my arm.
Like, I
keep my hand straight.
Yeah.
Like, but it's not. It moves with you.
Yeah,
I mean, even though it's uncomfortable.
Right. And it's like, I'm just like learning the science of all this. It's amazing.
It's amazing. I've learned so much from you.
Yeah.
I mean,
technology.
Steve knows a lot as well because he grew up with it. His mom was type 2 or 1, maybe, I believe. So he knows a lot and he kind of watches it too. But I mean, just everything that you've learned in this short amount of time is unbelievable.
It's insane. It's so much knowledge, and I'm like, am I even like retaining this?
You have to be because every time we talk, you're telling me new things.
And, right? If you can't teach it, you don't know it. That's what my aunt said.
It's and she's a nurse.
She's a nurse. She knows. So
and I think the more you say it out too, the more that you will keep it.
Anybody who knows me, I'm sorry, but I'm obsessed with my beatus now. Yeah. So you're gonna hear about it.
That's so good.
And I have a lot of people around me who are diabetics also, type 1 and type 2.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting for me to talk to other people with their experiences and is it same to me or, am I going through totally different things? So,
and I know that you were kidding around with the doctor and you put your hand on your hips and was like, if this doesn't look like it, you were talking about how the pancreas just didn't work.
You could kind of be skinny and still have diabetes. So don't,
or it's way of life or whatever it is.
Don't put off your doctor's appointments,
exactly.
Go get your sugar checked. It's easy, It should be in with your regular testing. If you're going to your doctor for your regular physicals, it's in there. Your doctor will know. But if you're not going, don't be me.
Yeah.
Don't wait.
Hey, whatever, right?
It's never too late to start, I should say.
I almost feel like your body was like, today's the day. Right. And then you went in and they were like, okay,
I do kind of feel like that too. Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes bodies just go, I'm going to tell you something's wrong. Right. Let's go fix it because I can't run like this anymore.
And I think, like, not that I was like fat and lazy, like I work. No,
because your work is very physical.
Yeah, I physically work. But there's days where I just like, oh my God, it's like dragging. And I've noticed since I've pretty much cut out all processed stuff, which you just went through. You went through no processed sugar, and it hit you really hard. But you also had iron deficiencies, which my iron is good.
Yeah, we did check it.
We made sure.
Yeah.
We asked, you were there, and I was like, oh, iron, and I was like, can we get that tested? They don't test it.
They don't test for iron.
They don't freaking test your iron. Yeah. Why is that not in a regular blood
yours
test?
Yours was good.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
And not thankfully, but thank God you were there to remind me that, like, I should have that tested.
Yeah.
You just went through that. But anyways, yeah. So since cutting out all the junk that I was eating, the chips, the candy, the French fries, the cheeseburgers, I'm not so hungry anymore. It is crazy. I'm forcing myself to eat breakfast because I have to take an insulin shot.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought, right? And then I talked to the doctor today, and I'm like, the other night, I was not hungry. I didn't eat. I didn't take my meal shot. She goes, that's fine.
Oh, perfect.
And I was like, okay.
Because the fast insulin is there for when you do eat so that your sugar doesn't go skyrocketing, or at least does it combat that?
Okay, so what it does, so I have a long-lasting insulin that I take morning and night, and that helps me throughout the day to kind of level out the field, right?
Okay.
And then I have a fast-acting insulin that I take at meal times. That kind of drops my blood sugar because I'm going to eat and it's going to go up.
I see.
No matter how healthy you are, when you eat, your blood sugar goes up, right? It's a natural process. It's your body releasing insulin to break down that food and whatever else. I don't even know what it does in your body. All I know is it helps your blood sugar stay somewhat, regulated. So if you don't have a pancreas or your pancreas doesn't work properly, then you're probably type 1, right? And then type 2, I feel like, is food, your diet, your exercise levels, your lifestyle, right? You drink a lot, you do whatever. So that means your body isn't producing it correctly enough for you to regulate your own. So then you got to stick yourself, right?
Speaking of drinking, what did they say about that?
I have not talked to anybody about alcohol. I'm usually a once a week drinker. I'll drink either Friday or Saturday, and I haven't even gotten there yet. And I have as of right now, I have no desire to have drinks because I don't even want to know what it'll do.
Oh, sure.
I've talked to other people that are type 2, and they said probably the best thing for you is to stick with spirits like vodka.
Okay.
And do it with, unflavored club soda with a lime in it.
So if you do want to go out and have some fun.
Yeah. I can have
that's
a couple.
That's what it would be. Okay.
Yeah.
But you're just kind of afraid to see what it's going to do.
I don't want, right now I'm going through so much. Yeah. Like drinking is not even on my mind.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like I haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, right.
And we have some concerts and stuff coming up. So I'm definitely going to want to have some drinks. I'm hoping by then, what I talked to my doctor about today is getting on metformin and getting off of insulin. So she said I've been doing very well. I've been tracking everything, keeping track of my blood sugar. It's evening out. And so now I will be a candidate for metformin.
So tell me the difference again. I know you told me earlier.
So metformin is just a pill you take morning and night.
Stabilizes your sugar?
Yep. Insulin you inject to stabilize your sugar.
Works the same way.
Correct.
Okay.
And the whole reason, because I asked her, I said, well, why wasn't I put on metformin right away instead of insulin? And she said, because I was so high.
Oh.
The only way to regulate it, immediately, insulin.
Oh, okay.
So most people go into the doctor and they see their A1C is high. They might say, well, let's make some diet changes and get some more exercise. And if you don't do that and you come back 3 months later and it's the same or higher, they're going to prescribe metformin.
I see.
So that's like you're actively watching it. You get put on metformin.
Okay.
I was a serious case, and they were like, "Nah, girl, we
got to get you to regulate quicker."
Yeah, we're just putting it straight into your blood,
Yeah, sure.
So yeah.
So she did prescribe metformin?
She prescribed metformin.
So when does that start along with your insulin?
I start that tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
With my insulin, and then hopefully in 2 weeks I will be done with insulin.
So you're going to be taking metformin, long insulin, and short insulin
Correct.
for 2 weeks.
Yes.
So you're really going to have to watch
it
so that you don't drop, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I've already started planning my lunches for work.
Yeah.
I will need snacks, and that's my big thing, right? Mm-hmm. Not buying a donut, not buying a bag of Skittles, not buying a thing of cookies or something like that. I love sweet things that it's going to be so hard. Like, I don't even know how I'm going to cope with it. I'm just willpower,
Yep.
And so, apples and peanut butter,
mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily the greatest snack for a diabetic, but I feel like that's something that it has good fiber in it. And so that makes it long lasting, and peanut butter has protein in it. Protein and fiber combat carbs, right? They kind of even each other out. That might not be the correct term, but that's how I understand it.
That's how I'm getting it, the way you're saying it.
So it's like you want more protein and fiber and just less carbs. So yes, an apple has natural sugar in it. That's going to convert into carbs in your body. And people say, well, it's fruit. It does it differently. It's still sugar in your body. I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but and yes, it's better than eating a package of Skittles, but it's still sugar. It's still carbs. Those are better for you. Yes. But your body still sees it as sugar. So adding good, natural, organic peanut butter that the only ingredient in it is peanuts. It has carbs. Yes. But it has a lot of protein in it. So that fiber and that protein is going to make the carbs not spike your blood sugar fast. That's what you don't want to do. Because when you go up quick, you come down quick.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You want it to kind of, and like I said, when you eat, it's going to go up. But how fast is it going up?
Okay.
You eat a donut and a coffee with sugar and cream in it, that's going to rocket, Where if you eat apple and peanut butter, it's going to slowly go up and then slowly come down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to say something. Because I visited you on that Monday.
Yes.
I just was so stressed out. I was like, this is it. I'm losing my best friend.
What do you think I was doing?
No, now it's all about me. Hold on a second.
Okay,
I was going to be left alone for a moment. I was like, what? No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. No, what I wanted to say was when you were sitting there, the doctor came in. He was the student for endocrinology, right?
Yes.
And so he works with people that are type 1, type 2, thyroid, all that kind of stuff. And he was asking you questions. And even though you kind of goofed around a little bit,
right,
you told him the truth.
Yeah.
Like, he would say, how's your diet? I can picture myself going, it's fine.
Right.
And it's not fine. You were like, I am the kind of person, I'm a closet eater. Do you remember saying this?
Right.
I'm a closet eater.
Yes.
I will buy 6 donuts and keep them in my car.
Yeah.
Like, you told him the truth.
Yeah.
And so I just want to share that with other people. Like, if you have an emergency like this, you got to tell them.
You got to tell them.
Like, you told him on Saturday night exactly how much you drank and what you drank it with. You told him how you were feeling on Saturday, what kind of diet you have, that you're a smoker, and he would ask you how much. And, he was really getting it. And even though you were kind of lighthearted about it, he stayed very serious.
Yes.
And you could tell he was putting all the pieces together, trying to figure out if there was anything else that they were missing.
Right.
And I think he's the one that you talked to about iron.
Yes.
Because he said, talk about the cramps or in your calves, right?
Because they're so concerned with my feet, right? Diabetics have bad feet. And I think they look at my history, kind of. Okay, because another thing is I had gone to the ER back in April not of 2025, but of 2024. And I had a strep throat, right? And it was weird. It wasn't just normal strep throat. It was this pocket of strep throat. I believe I talked about it on here where I had to get it sliced open, and sucked out and all that. Okay. They looked back at my charts and I knew. Another ER doctor came in and said, you were here in April of 2024 and your blood sugar was high then. And I thought, yeah, I looked at it and it was in the 200s. It was 411.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Wow. When I was in the ER. Nobody said nothing to me.
They just concentrated on the strep.
Right. Which she was very upset because they pumped me full of steroids. And if you're diabetic, if a doctor puts you on steroids, you have to monitor your blood sugar very closely because it spikes it.
Wow.
So I already had a sugar of 400 and they pumped me full of steroids. I could have died walking out of there. Wow. Thank God I didn't, But anyways, so I think they're very concerned about my feet because I've been living with this undiagnosed for a while. They all want to look at my feet. It's the middle of winter in Illinois. Okay. I haven't had a pedicure and I can't tell you how long. I just took my half moon of nail polish off from the summer that's been growing up. And I'm like, please don't judge my feet. And they all laugh, but then I'm like, they immediately hand sanitize after they touch my feet. I'm like, I know they're gross.
Aww.
They're gross. But my feet are fine. But anyways, he was looking at my feet and he said, any leg cramping? And I said, yes, sometimes I do get cramps in the middle of the night. Which has also gone away, knock on wood.
Wow.
And I guess that I can put on my plus. Mom said make a list of pluses that you've been experiencing. Anyway, so he said, oh, well, maybe that's your iron. And I looked at you and I go, has anybody tested my iron since I've been in here? I'm like, this girl over here almost died because her iron was so low. She was in the negative.
But luckily it was good.
Yes, it was good.
But all these different signs that the bodies give us, it's...
Yeah. My feet are good. My eyes are good.
Yeah.
Which is very important. I was a little worried about that. I do get, we stare at our phones at work and then I go home and TikTok for 4 hours before bed.
We're squinting at each other right now.
I do it when I'm reading anything. Yeah. And I thought, my eyes are probably messed up. And she's like, your eyes are great.
Good.
So this is like...
Have you ever had so many doctor's appointments in a row or really handled specialists and wanted to do this ever?
No.
40 years.
Maybe gallbladder. I got my gallbladder out. So it's like I had to go to a couple appointments.
Yep.
And then like your pre-op appointment.
Yeah.
They check your blood pressure.
Sure.
That was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So no, it's so crazy.
With this very scary experience, which it was, life-changing, right? What do you have to say to others that are listening that are like, maybe this is me, or maybe, what do you have to say to them?
If I can tell anybody anything, it's like, don't put off going to the doctor, right? Even if it's just a physical, if you don't want to listen to anything else they have to say about losing weight, eating right, know what your numbers are, right? If you believe even that you could fix it yourself and you're determined enough to do that, you probably can, but you have to know where you're at, right? So just go and get checked out, and know you're not dying, because I could have really, it could have hit me really hard and I could have went downhill quick, so... That's what
does it cause when your sugar gets too high? A stroke, a heart attack, blood clots, right? Blindness,
kidney failure, pancreatitis. Like, it's no joke,
Yeah.
And if you can catch it when you're young, maybe you're not making the right eating habits and you're drinking too much with your friends because you're in your 20s and you're having fun, just... Try to take care of yourself because like my brother-in-law says, like you think your 30s suck and then in your 40s your check engine light comes on. It's no joke.
And then it's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Right?
And then I feel like people who I know are 50 and I see them living amazing lives and it's like, that can be me too. I'm not doomed to be overweight my whole life and not be able to get around and have bad knees and have a bad back because I'm not taking care of myself. Like you can do this too. You can be happy in your 50s. getting old doesn't have to be terrible, you know? So you just gotta put in some work, you know?
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the people that say, well, I'm diabetic now, this is how it's going to be. And they continue to eat the sugar I get it. It's an addiction. But now that you're on that side and you know how it feels to have to quit, can you it's some encouragement?
So this is like my knee jerk is like, shame on you.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
But I understand. It's a struggle. It's not easy. And like I said, this isn't going away. I am now diabetic until the day I die. It does not go away.
It's a diagnosis that stays.
Right.
Okay.
Could I get off of my meds and be healthy? Yes. But I will forever have to be aware of my blood sugar, right? And what I'm eating and my diet and how I'm feeling and everything. It's not for the weak. You know, I feel like if you can't come to terms with the fact that you have to make some lifestyle changes, because I know diabetics too that eat how they want and they just think, well, I'll just give myself extra insulin. And if that's how you want to live your life, that's how you want to live your life.
Yeah, we're not judging here. I'm just saying.
But just know that comes with consequences later in life. So be aware of that and do good for yourself. You know, I'm finally doing good for myself. So if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, very good.
Cool.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, thanks for letting me share.
It's a very private thing.
Yeah,
so.
it's scary.
Yeah. You came over early and I said, do you want to record? You're like, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, oh.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Blood sugar gives me the poops. Poking my finger gives me the poops.
Thanks for sharing all that. Wow.
Thank you.
And again, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. I know everybody is. And I'm like, that like gives me motivation. Like I cannot let all these people down. You know, like I have to keep going.
But it's about you.
So,
but don't let us down either.
Yeah, well, it's about everybody around me.
You know why everyone wants you around till you're 80. That's what it is.
Isn't that gross?
I love it. What will I be then? 79 then when you're 80.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we got a long way to go here with this.
For reals.
No, thanks. That was great.
Yeah, cool.
All right, everyone.
Thank you. All right, bye.
Talk to you next time. Bye.